Hi, this is Pawan Gurala and I'm here to demonstrate the Health Tracker app. I have divided this project into two distinct projects, one for the backend and one for the front end. So the front end is deployed on the Netlify app. As you can see, the URL it is showing the Netlify URL, and the backend it has been deployed on the railway server. So in the front end, the routing will happen through the Vue.js router. Here you can see I have configured in this index.js under the routes folder all the paths that leads to the different components in this app. So I have the nav bar over here in the app.view where I have linked all those paths to this particular text. You can see the router link over here. In order to enable the communication between the front end and the back end, in every page in the front end, the base URL is set to the railway app URL where the Kotlin has been deployed, and on click of add update delete button it will hit the concerned API along with this URL and get the data. In the backend, in the Javelin config file, I have enabled the CORS and I have placed the Netlify app URL over here so that the front end will communicate with the backend. Now let's go to the app, and here you can see this is the home page and we have all the features in this app displayed over here. So all these numbers that we are seeing are fetched from the backend database and these are called on the page load. So if I go to the home page, as we can see, this is the API based URL that I've mentioned over here along with the API. So this is in this particular method. So all these methods point to different APIs along with the base URL, and these will be called on the page load. That's why we have placed all these methods inside the mounted method. So these methods, on calling these methods, they will hit the particular API, and in turn it will call a method inside the controller, and this controller in turn this method will in turn call the method inside the user DAO, and it will get the data from the database and render it to the front end via this API. So let's go to the individual pages and see the functionalities. So if I click on this more details under the registered users, we will be brought to this users management page. So here I can add the user. So once I click this add button, we'll get a pop-up, user successfully added, and that particular user will be reflected over here. Now we will go to the backend and we will check whether this has been added or not. Currently we have 15 users and the last user ID is 40. Now we have added 41 from the front end, and let's see if this is reflected in the backend also. As you can see, we have a 41 user added to the database. So here I can update from the table itself. So now I'm going to change to new date of birth, that is 1st Jan of 2021, and I'll click on update button. So we have a pop-up saying user updated successfully. The same will be reflected over here, and let's go back and check whether this has got the new value for user 41 or not, as we have updated the date of birth field. So as we can see, we have an updated date of birth value over here. I can delete from here. So it says the user deleted successfully. So it is removed from this table, and let's see whether it's reflected in the backend or not. So yes, the 41 record has been removed. So if we want to see the overview of a particular user, the overview means we can see all the records in every feature for this particular user. If I click on this, we will be directed to the overview page with the user ID, and now we can see all the records concerned to this particular user in every feature has been displayed over here. I can also update from here. So it has been successfully updated and it will be reflected over here. And yes, it has been reflected. And we can also see the graphs for this particular user. One is an activity graph, one is a nutrition calorie graph for this particular user. If we hover on this, we can see the values like this, and these two graphs are made individually as components, And these components are used in the overview page. Like this. Now let's go back to our website, and we have individual pages for every feature. The idea behind this is to let us know all the activities for all the users in a single place. So here also we can add an activity for a particular user. And the activity has been successfully added, and it is reflected over here. So I can update from this table. The activity has been updated, and we get a new time over here. You can also delete from this table like this by clicking on this trash. If there are many records, optionally we can also search from here. So we can see that we have all the activities for this particular user displayed over here. Similarly, we have appointments. I can also add from here. So the appointment has been successfully added, and it will be reflected over here. As you can see, there is a new record with ID 83 that has been added. So let's see this in the backend, and let's check whether this has been added or not. So as we can see, there is an 83 record that has been added now. So I can also update from this table here itself, and the appointment has been successfully updated. And let's see that in the backend whether that has been updated or not. Here we have booked, and now let's see whether it has been changed to cancelled or not. As we can see, we have a new value over here. So I can also delete. So the appointment has been deleted, and it will be removed from this table. Yes, it has been removed. And let's go to the backend and let's check whether this has been gone or not. And as you can see, this has been removed, the 83, So we have successfully deleted it. In addition to this, we can also search the appointments with user ID over here. So from this table also we can edit and delete the records. Similar fashion, we have lab reports, nutrition calories, where we can add, update, delete, search with the user ID. So these are the common functionalities across all the pages for all the features. So that's it from my side. Thank you.